Hey friends, this is Wendy with Love and Stamp, and I'm so excited that you're here. I have another free PDF download for you guys. You loved the last one so much that I did another one. This features our cottage countryside from Honeybee Stamps. This cottage countryside paper is beautiful. I've done another video where I show it to you all in very detail. So if you want to watch that, you can check out my honeybee haul. It was, I think it was on April 30th. We're going to be using this paper, and then these are the two pieces I've decided because we're actually going to make two cards today. We're also going to have a nail polish change halfway through this video and a ring change because, can't do everything at the same time. Wishing well dies, lovely layer dies, rectangle honeybee dies. And then, of course, there are some fun freebies. So these are while supplies last. When you place a $100 order with Honeybee, you get this little freebie pack of paper. And again, I showed it to you in greater detail in a previous video. So if you want to check that out, check out the video from April 30th. Alrighty, we're going to take a piece of cardstock, cut it 5.5 by, don't you know I need my little notes so I can see what I wrote down. This is a pop-up window box card. So our cardstock here is 5.5 by 12. Now, I think I'm going to do another video showing you how to make one of these without a 12-inch piece of cardstock because I know a lot of people only have 11 by 8.5 cardstock. I happen to have a lot of 12 by 12 cardstock hanging around my craft room. So I just grabbed a couple of pieces of 12 by 12 that matched closely to the cottage countryside pattern paper. And then we scored it. And we scored it at 4, 7.5, 8, and 11.5. And then you're going to burnish all the edges, all the score lines. You're just going to run your bone folder across those and burnish the edges nice. And then you need some sort of rectangle dies. However, if you don't have rectangle dies, you can still do this. You could use a circle die, you could use any shape, or you could cut a rectangle out on your paper trimmer. So if you're interested in seeing how to create something like this, not using dies, let me know. But here I went ahead and took a die and kind of went over the top of this wishing well because we're going to put this wishing well inside the card in the pop-up area. And so I was trying to get an idea of how big of a rectangle I needed so that you could see the wishing well and you could see the background. If my rectangle was too small, it would make it so that all you saw was the wishing well and you wouldn't be able to see the background paper. And the background paper was pretty important for me in this particular card. Okay, so once I picked out a rectangle size that worked, I went ahead and put it down on my magnetic sheet. I'm using my Anna Griffin here. And then I'm going to die cut this piece out. Once we die cut this piece out, we are going to finish the card. I'm using that blue tape to hold this. This is mint tape. I have found that this is the best tape. Very rarely does it tear my paper. Every once in a while it does, but very rarely. So we're going to go ahead and tape this in place and then die cut it. Now, while we're die cutting, I'm going to chat with you just a second about the size in the middle. So, that you see there on the edges, how that it's a little bit thinner on the edges. You do just want to be mindful that your rectangle, good grief, I can't talk, leaves you a little bit of a frame. So see there where I still have a little bit of a frame. Now, the next part of this that you're going to see is right here. When we fold this over, it's just a smidge too tight to fold into that center score line. So I'm going to pop it in my trimmer and I'm just going to trim away a little bitty strip, just a little edge of this piece because this piece is going to get glued down to the inside and that's what makes our fold. So here you can see I'm going to fold and then this will fold over. And then it'll come up like so. So what I'm going to do is take a really strong piece of tear tape adhesive and put this all together. But first, we need to add our inside piece. So this inside piece here is cut at 3 inches by 5.5. And you could really do it a little bit larger. Like, I think I did the other one at 3 1/8 by 5.5. And then you can see here, this is what you'll see in the window. Now I'm going to add a big wishing well over the top of this, so you won't see a ton of the back of this paper, but if you were to just add a sentiment in the center of this pop-up window, that would be super cute. There's lots of options. Having a really pretty piece of pattern paper is a great way to not have to like make an entire scene on the inside of your card, but just be able to see it and essentially give yourself a decoration without a whole lot of work. You know what I mean? So once we get that put in place, we are going to be able to now put this card together. All right, so here I'm going to add my tear tape adhesive. You can use any strong adhesive that you have for this. Anytime I'm making a 3D project, I always go for a really strong permanent adhesive. I try to actually stay away from liquid glues for stuff like this because I feel like this is stronger than a liquid glue. And here's the trick to folding this perfectly. You're going to fold it how it will be folded if the card was folded flat. So you're going to fold that frame down flat. And as you can see, that little tab piece is there in the inside of the card, and then you fold the front part over, and then it's going to adhere really well and pull it up, and now you've got your pop-up window. Isn't that easy? It's such a super easy card to make and really has a big fun impact when you open it. And when you stand it up, you can see it's like this. It's got like the little box. Just super, super fun. So many ways you can decorate these. If you would be interested in seeing more of these in the future, let me know because I could definitely do some other fun stuff. All right, we're going to use the wishing well to create our inside piece for interest. And I'm using my C markers to color the wishing well. Now, I'm not much of a colorist. I'm still very much what I would consider in the novice or learning phase of coloring. So generally speaking, I don't give a lot of coloring tips. I try to make my darker areas, I try to make my shadows in the darker areas where two things meet or one thing lays on top of another. If you've ever watched a Kelly Taylor video, you've heard her say that 1,001 times. So that's what I always keep in the back of my mind when I'm coloring. This was a little bit of a tedious task because I cut everything in white cardstock and colored it. It was just kind of all over the place. And then I had to figure out where each stone went. And I probably still didn't get them all correct, but I think I did. They turned out just fine. I'm using my honeybee glue here to layer them. If you really wanted to have a huge impact with these, you could pop every single stone up and using foam tape, and it would look really cool. I did not do that because this is closing on the inside of a card. If this was going on an outside of a card, I might have gone ahead and done that. Here I attached my little well piece a little too high. I wish I would have done it down a little further. When I made my second one, I did it down a little further. And if you have any confusion about how to put together lovely layer die cuts, I highly recommend printing the Lovely Layer Guide off of the Honeybee website. I print all of mine. It's the thing that you saw at the beginning of this segment where I started making the well. That's what I'm looking at right now. I am not doing this just based on my own abilities. I don't have those abilities, if I'm being honest with you. I struggle to know how to put together these dies without looking at a guide. However, I love Lovely Layers dies so much. It's like really it's like bad. I really just want to sit and die cut all the things and then color them and then make them. I don't always even want to make a card. I just love all the little, like this little wishing well made my heart so happy. all I could think of was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I'm going to tell you right now, the entire time I made this card, I had that movie on and I was singing the song, you know, like when she's at the wishing well getting the water. Oh my gosh, I just couldn't quit thinking about it, guys. So if I was a more creative person, I really would like to figure out how to make some sort of a Snow White and Seven Dwarfs card with this wishing well, because I cannot stop thinking about it. It's incredibly annoying when this happens. So if you have a tip for me on what I could do, please let me know, because I would totally do it because I can't stop thinking about it. Look how beautiful this paper is. So for the front of my card, I cut a piece of I just did opposites because I made 2 cards. So I did a green card base with that kind of pinkish cardstock, and then a layer of the pattern paper. And those measurements are going to be on the PDF, so you don't have to worry about writing them down or figuring it out. Below this video, there's a description box. If you click in the description box, oh, really quick, sorry, we got to talk about this. Check out my ring. Can you guys see my ring? I don't know if you're going to be able, so we have a new nail polish color, and I got this ring at a boutique. I'm going to show it off on my next honeybee, but it has a honeybee on it, and it goes in circles around the ring. I'm going to show it off. I posted a picture of it in the honeybee challenge group. If you're not part of that group, I'll link it below the video so you can join that group. Yeah, I'm pretty much a honeybee like obsessor. You know, I've loved honeybee since day one, and they hired me, and I'm a stage 5 clinger. That's the situation. I am obsessed with them. I love the people that work there. I love the product they create. And now I love bees. I've never really, I've always thought bees are cute, but now I'm like, oh, well, now I need all the bee things. Bee things are suddenly very adorable to me. See, look at it. Look at the ring. Look at the ring. Here's your chance. See the bee? And it moves around. Isn't that cute? Oh, gosh dang it. $14 at a boutique. I got that ring. So anyway, the PDF, there'll be a link below the video in the description box so you can get the free PDF download for this project. All the measurements for all the pieces and parts. And here's the other one. It doesn't have the wishing well inside of it yet, but it will. And then I heat embossed and die cut these sentiments. And it says, hello, sweet friend. That's going to go on the front. And the inside says, wishing you the best. Because, wishing well, wishing, that's where I was going with it. All right. So we don't have much time left in this video. I don't really have time for story time today. Lots and lots and lots and lots of fun things are happening. I did recently, end my tenure, my time with one of the clubs I was associated with for my daughter's school stuff, Ag Boosters. So that has been a weight lifted, because between city council, my new background investigating job, and picking up some more work with Honeybee, I'm going to be a very busy lady. And so, or I am a very busy lady, I guess I should say. Also, we need to have a whole story time about my health journey, because I've been doing some fun stuff there too. All right. If you want to watch another video, click either one you see here. It'll go to that video. Go to the description box below for the supplies and the PDF free download. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.